Hello everybody, John12 back here again with another video, and I'm here with another Dragon Ball Z discussion. I'm finally here talking about Dragon Ball Z in these solo topic videos. It's been a long while, mostly due to the fact for several reasons. Number one, I've been incredibly busy. It's the fall season, and it's been TV show premiere after premiere after premiere, so I've been way too busy reviewing a whole bunch of other things outside of Dragon Ball. And another real big reason is that I've been busy doing my Halloween special, which of course if you haven't checked out, definitely do so. That would be awesome if you check it out. And also on top of all those reasons, Dragon Ball Super has also been a big reason as to why I haven't done any solo DBZ topic videos. I've pretty much been able to talk all things Dragon Ball with these weekly reviews. But that being said, let's get into this topic video, which is obviously talking about the third sequel to the Dragon Ball Z trilogy. Now, will we be getting a third sequel? And of course, are we going to get this Dragon Ball Z trilogy? Now, the big topic that came out a few days ago. It was a rumor, and there was like this quasi-confirmed interview that this article had, or this interview had with the director and producers of Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, and the question came up, which is there a third movie in the works? And they kind of just said, yeah, we're in the works with another movie. And the internet pretty much continued on from there. A lot of people have been speculating, like, are we going to get a third movie? What is it going to be all about? Are we going to get our Dragon Ball Z trilogy? And I say, there's two big questions that come out when I think about this topic. Number one, are we going to get a trilogy? Will we be getting to see a third sequel in this Dragon Ball Z trilogy? Number two, what is this movie going to be about? Those are the big questions that stand out to me. Number one, to answer the first question, definitely. I find zero doubt that we will inevitably get a third Dragon Ball Z sequel. I find it doubtful that Toei Animation would, Toei Animation doesn't like money? Fuck, they love milking the cow that is known as Dragon Ball Z. Obviously, they love money, so of course, I find it undoubtful that they will be making a third sequel. That's just stupid. I mean, why would they just not want to make another Dragon Ball Z movies? They're going to keep making Dragon Ball Z movies until we're all dead. It's inevitable. It's like Superman. They're just going to reboot the shit every fucking decade and just continue to milk the cow. It's inevitable, which is a good and bad thing depending on your perception. But overall, I really find no doubts. I mean, is this supposed rumorish quasi confirmation, 100%? I don't know. The source is kind of unclear to me, and the fact that the director and producers of the previous movie said yes doesn't really mean that much, because they're not the brainchilds of the franchise. Obviously, it really depends on what Toei Animation wants to do, and also it really depends on whether or not Akira Toriyama wants to come back to do more content, because the only real reasons that these two movies existed is because Toriyama came back and he had an original idea, an original story, and a lot of character designs that he wanted to do. And that's what we got with the first two movies, Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, which are amazing, phenomenal Dragon Ball Z movies, and of course spun off, manga sequels, manga spin-offs, and freaking Dragon Ball Super as a whole. So there is no stopping that train. So I find it very doubtful that, that they know what's actually happening. But it's also, you can go out on a gigantic limb here and say, somewhere down the line from, in the next couple years, it's inevitable that we'll be getting another Dragon Ball Z movie. I have no doubts about that. A third sequel is definitely in the works. Whether it be right now or in the next 2 years, it's going to happen. I mean, Toei Animation just lost interest in liking money? Get your hat out of your ass. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. But the big question, which is the second question, what will the movie be about? Now, if we're going to go out on a limb here and play devil's advocate and say, oh, this movie is inevitable, it's happening, it's confirmed, what is that movie going to be about? That's the big question I have, because, Dragon Ball Super is in a very weird stage right now, which is it has a lot of mixed reactions. The hardcore fans are very mixed with the fact that all they did was recap the movies. We wanted original content, but that's what we're getting as of right now, with the manga now being, entering the realm of the Universe 6 story arc. We're finally getting new content that we've been wanting since the very beginning, after the end of the the amazing train that is Resurrection F. But that being said, also, how's this movie gonna really do while the manga and Super is simultaneously going on? You know, like, we don't want the third movie to be Dragon Ball Super. We don't really want that. We want another Dragon Ball Z third movie. We want a third Dragon Ball Z movie to really continue the story of this Resurrection F storyline. However, that's what Super and the manga is doing. And if the movie is just recapping what the manga and Super is doing, then why do it in the first place? You know, it's one thing for the anime and the manga to do that because they had to. They retroactively had to, you know, just to recap everything that's been going on in a serialized form. I understand that. I fully comprehend that. You know, just to connect it with Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball. I understand that. However, this is the movies. This is completely separate from the other spin-offs, like the anime and the manga. So, does that mean that we'll be just getting Universe 6 again, just in a movie form? I feel like that's kind of just a gigantic disservice to all of us fans, because we're getting that shit for free with Super, the anime, and manga. We're gonna get that shit for free. And if you're just gonna waste tons of money, just wasting shit tons of money on the animating portion of this movie, not to mention making us have to waste tons of money, you know, buying tickets and seeing this in theaters, it's just a waste of time. It's a waste of time for everyone involved. So, my big thing is, what is this movie going to be about? If it's happening, and I can pretty much go on a limb here and say that it's more than likely going to happen, whether it's like next year or like in the next several years, it's inevitable. Another Dragon Ball Z movie will, in fact, happen, depending on whether or not, obviously, Toriyama wants to come back, which, of course, you know, I'm pretty sure he would. It's just, I don't want to see Universe 6 done again in movie form. I don't want that. It's just going to be a complete waste of time. So, what can you do after that? Well, here's the big thing. The idea's been opened up in the manga of Dragon Ball Super, and of course with the movies, that there are 12 universes out there. We have 12 universes that are twin sisters to the universes that we obviously live in. You know, Universe 7 is a twin opposite to, you know, Universe 6. That's why there's, you know, Champa and Vados, you know, that look very similar but very opposite towards your Beerus and Whis. So there's possibilities of, like, reverse twin versions of Goku and Vegeta and the rest of the Z-Warriors and various other characters we may or may not get to see anytime soon. So I feel like what the manga is doing right now, spoilers, major spoiler alert, but what the manga is doing right now is creating a tournament where various characters from Universe 7 and 6 are going to have to fight. What if they do something like that, but skip that, just leave that for the manga and anime, skip that, but in the third movie you just open up the floodgates for the rest of the universes to come over to Universe 7 to try and take on freaking Goku, Vegeta, the rest of the Warriors, and try to take over Earth. You know, like you have the advent of 12 different gods of destructions. Who knows what they're doing? Who knows how powerful they are? I mean, granted, Beerus is probably stronger than everybody. I mean, like, Beerus is proven to be, you know, ultra powerful. He's OP, you know, and who the hell knows what Whis is? And we still don't even know all about Vados or freaking Champa. I mean, granted, maybe Champa's a little weaker, but Vados, like, we don't even want to touch upon that yet. So, you know, there's probably 12, you know, dozen fucking gods of destructions out there, 12 different variant gods of destructions out there that we have not seen that probably will end up coming through some portal into the Universe 7 and try and take on Goku. And my big thing that I would love to see is Goku finally try and prove himself to be the strongest fighter in all of these universes. Because the great thing about Goku is that everyone has a goal. You know, freaking Luffy, he wants to be king of the pirates. Naruto, he wants to be the next Hokage. Goku, he wants to be the strongest being in the universe. And now with the advent of Gods of Destructions and 12 universes, this movie could be Goku finally proving himself to finally do that. Battle of Gods opening the idea that there are other people out there far more powerful than him, and created an amazing new adventure for him to train hard and try and become stronger than them. Specifically Beerus and freaking Whis. And now you have Vegeta trying to, get there with the ranks and become, much more stronger than Goku. And then you have this entire dynamic, and then the 12 universes. Who knows? Maybe there's more characters that are powerful than Beerus and Champa. It's just, there's so many ideas out there. But the big thing that I want to keep in mind for anybody who's listening is that I just don't want, if there is in fact going to be a third movie, I just don't want to see a rehash of what the manga and anime are doing now. The anime is a little bit on the slow side, granted, but I'm pretty sure by the time a movie happens, more than likely the anime will be caught up and pretty much done with a universe, 6 story arc, saga, if you will. So I can pretty much, say that. Especially if they do intend and doing what the manga's doing, which is skipping the Frieza stuff. So, which I think would be a superior move on their part. And of course, if they do that, then they'll obviously be way beyond what a movie could do. However, the movies have really been the most superior thing coming out of the Dragon Ball Z franchise. You have just amazing people involved with it. It's been a gigantic financial and critical success, and they just get better and better, and the animation just gets better and better. Just everything about it is just getting better and better. So with a third movie, you can really just tip the scale right there and just go either beyond or you can flop on your face. It really depends. I really think, with a third movie, we'll finally just go skyrocketing out of here. However, we don't know if it's unconfirmed. It's unconfirmed, but it probably will happen. But if it does, what is it going to be about? Is it going to be Universe 6? We're going to get that for free. So why waste time and money on Universe 6 stuff? So I say, keep the manga and anime in consideration, or just skip that part and just go directly into another saga, like another saga that maybe Toriyama has planned for future stuff for Super that he hasn't told us about. I mean, we already know that there's these gigantic Dragon Balls that we still don't know what all things about, so maybe that can be a gigantic factor into this, no pun intended. So there's just so many things going out there, but what I personally want to see is, I definitely want to see a third movie. I'm pretty sure all of us Dragon Ball Z fans could agree with that, and I mean, it would just be awesome. A fucking Dragon Ball Z trilogy, fucking amazing. I mean, the Battle of Gods and Resurrection F are awesome playbacks back to back to each other. So just the third one would just really fucking seal the deal. But with the storyline, when you go on the storyline, I just don't want to see a rehash of what the manga's doing right now, and specifically the series Dragon Ball Super. So I say skip that part. Just leave that for the anime and manga fans. For us to enjoy that, but leave the movie and do something completely different. Let's explore the 12 universes, especially considering that we're just getting into it right now with the manga. So let's just skip that part, go directly to the other universes, and let's just explore them. Maybe there's other character finally maybe another Goku versus Vegeta battle, be pretty freaking badass. God versus Super Saiyan God versus Super Saiyan God, that'll be pretty badass. Just so many freaking ideas going around, but overall, I just wanted to sit down and really talk about this topic because it was very interesting to me, because I would love to see a third movie, but the big thing is, what could the story be about? And that's the real big question. But overall, once again, this is not confirmed, folks. This is not a confirmed thing. Just because the director and producer allegedly said that it's in the works doesn't mean it technically is. I mean, unless, Toei Animation, releases, a poster and it has, a Akira Toriyama's signature on it, I don't think a third movie is technically in the works, based off their, freaking alleged confirmation comments. So, but overall, it's just nice to speculate, and it's really nice to just get the idea out there that we could end up, in fact, getting a third movie, and I would love to fucking see that. But overall, let me know what you personally think. Comment below. Let me know your personal thoughts on this topic. Will we get a third Dragon Ball Z movie? Will we be getting a Dragon Ball Z trilogy? And of course, if we are, what is this story going to be about? Let me know what you personally think about these questions. Comment below. Let me know. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at John12. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And this has been John12.